This is your favorite art teacher, Artwork Fly, and in this video here, I'm going to give you some recommendations on how to write your Csec Visual Arts Journal.
Arts Workfly.
Now, as you can see here, I have journal writing. This is a sample that I give to my grade 9, 10, and 11 students to help them to write their Csec Visual Arts Journal. Now, other teachers may recommend something else, but this is what I do. Alright, so the first one I would recommend is for all headings, the headings should be centered. So just like this journal writing here, the word journal writing is centered. Your heading should be centered. Your heading should be a size 30, Times New Roman, bold, uppercase letters, no underline. So I recommend my students not to underline their heading. What I mean by underline is this. Yes, I don't like to see that, but it's based on what your teacher wants, okay? The next one, number 3, subheadings. The size of your subheadings should be 15. So what I mean by size, students, is here. So let's say, for example, this is your subheading. The size should be 15 for the subheading. And for the writing itself, it would be 12. So that is what I recommend. Size of your subheading should be 15 on the left hand side of the page, not bold and centered. So it should not be bold and in the center, just like this. So your subheadings should not be exactly as the main heading. So let's say, for example, for this subheading I would have content page. I'm just saying, guys, just an example. This would be your subheading for journal writing. It should be 15 and it should not be bold. So that is what I mean, and it should be on the left hand side. Alright, but as I said, it's based on what your teacher wants, but this is what I recommend my students to do just to get them started, because when they're starting off, they just feel as if they should use any lettering style, put anything anywhere. So I recommend them using this template or using this table that I made. The next one, number 4, is font. So number 4, font. I would recommend Times New Roman lettering for all, depending on what you're going to write. I would recommend the Times New Roman. Now for others, sometimes you can put it in italic based on what you're saying. So that is why I put depending. Now the font, for those who don't understand what I mean by font, the font is the lettering style. This is the font. Let me see if I can find. So this is the fonts. These are the fonts. So these are the different fonts, but I will recommend Times New Roman. Next one, paragraphs. So your paragraph should be double spaced. What I mean by double space, when you come here, if you're using Google Docs, so when you come here, you should choose double. Some has 2.0. Alright, some doesn't have the word double, but they have 2.0. The next one is do not plagiarize anything. Now students feel as if they can copy whatever from the internet and put it in their journal. It's not so. I make sure to have this in the recommendations when writing the journal, okay? So read and write in your own way or own words. Organize in your own way. Number 7, do not plagiarize artworks. So some students, when starting off, they get a picture from the internet and recreate that exact artwork. That should not be done. And recreate that same artwork. That should not be done. Do not draw the same artwork from the internet. You can be inspired by the artwork, but do not draw the exact thing. I will show you that when I'm doing the journal. For those who are not watching the series, go ahead and watch the series. So for those who are new to my channel, I have a series on this channel where I'm creating the Csec Visual Arts Journal for myself. Alright, so when you watch that, you will see how I am inspired by a photo but do not draw the exact thing. Okay. Number 8, always mount all pictures. So your pictures should be mounted, guys. So this is what I mean by your pictures should be mounted. Click on the picture, select format, choose black square frame. Now some computers might be different, or software might be different, but I'm gonna show you what I mean by always mount all pictures. Alright, so guys, if you look at this journal here, let me click it again. So the pictures are here, guys. You got your pictures from the internet, right? Or you got your pictures off your phone or off your Google Drive, and you're now adding the photo in your documents, right? When you have your photo in your documents, you're going to right click, and when you right click, for those who are using Google Docs, you're gonna see this comes up. All right, this is gonna come up, border weight. So you can choose one. So you're basically mounting your artwork or mounting the photos. All right, you can choose what size you want or whatever size your teacher tell you to choose. Okay, usually I go with 3 or 4. All right, so it depends on you. So always mount your artworks here. Okay. All right, number 9, pictures should be big, bold, bright colors. Ensure that you're taking your pictures very well. Try to ensure that when you're taking the photos, your pictures are in focus. All right, ensure that your pictures are in focus, the colors are bright and it's bold and it's clean. All right, and try to crop also your photograph. So whatever you don't need on that photograph, ensure to crop it. So going back to this example here, even though all these photos here are already cropped, this is what I mean by cropping your photographs. Alright, the colors are clean, it's neat, it's in focus, you can see the words well, etc. Alright, now cropping, for those who are using Google Docs, this is the crop image or icon here. You click on it and then you go in and you can crop off the extra edges that you don't need. All right, like that, and ensure that you have your border. All right, so as I said, sometimes I use 2, 3 or 4. All right, number 10, select proper alignment for your photos. Right click on photo and select. All right, so going back to the example at the top, let's say you just got this image from the internet, right? Or you just uploaded your photograph to your document. Ensure that when you put that photograph in your document, it's properly spaced. It's not just placed any and any random where, unless you're doing like a collage of some photographs. All right, so you can right click on it, you're gonna see images, and you're gonna see the different types of alignment. You have inline with text, you have text wrap, you have break text, you have behind text, and you have in front of text. Now this one you can see that the photo, this blue spot here represents the photo. The writing basically goes around the photograph. At what point in your journal you use this alignment is when you're describing your art pieces or the art pieces of the artist that you have selected. All right, so let's say let me try and do an example here, even though I'm kind of messing up my my document here. So this is the document that I use for my Csec visual arts students, but I'm gonna try and manipulate it a bit to give you guys some examples for those who don't understand what I'm talking about. All right, so I want this image to be in the center, right? What I can do, I can click in front of text to have it move around to get it centered. Number 11, your journal. Ensure that your journal is neat, organized, and presentable. Alright? No slapdash journal. Alright, guys? Ensure that it's neat, organized, and presentable. Number 12. Journal title for your cover. Use your own drawing. Big, bold, and readable titles. The title should represent what it is. Example, slime. The word slime can be stretchy. So that's for the cover of your journal. What if I should show you an example? Let me see if I can find a quick example of slime in words. Alright, so here are some examples. So let's say the theme of your journal is slime. Ensure that the word slime looks like slime, and it should be big and bold. Here are some different types of ways that you can illustrate the word slime. Last but not least, number 13, journal size. Cover should be no larger than 30 by 40 centimeter and no smaller than 23 by 30 centimeter. Alright, guys, I already demonstrate this one here on the series for those who don't understand, so you can always go back and watch that series and you can understand what I mean by 30 by 40 or 23 by 30 centimeter. Alright, guys, so these are my recommendations for when you're writing the journal, the Csec Visual Arts Journal. Now, as I said, these are just recommendations. Some teachers probably want more or less. Alright, so it depends on your teacher, but this is just like a starting point for you. Alright, so guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Artwork Fly. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can always know when I upload.